Well, boys, I did it. I finally finished the Maze Runner trilogy. So, I watched the final installment, well, as of right now, because I heard that Disney's planning on developing a fourth Maze Runner movie. But, um, so tonight I watched The Death Cure, the third one released in January 2018 and was directed by Wes Ball. This one was originally scheduled to release back in February of 2017, but it ended up getting delayed because, well, to allow more time for Dylan O'Brien to recover from some injured stunt. I think that was a smart choice. Now, I think I really enjoyed this movie. I do, just like all the other Maze Runner movies. But if we're in terms of ranking it, I think it's around the first one to me. I mean, none of these movies are bad. They're really enjoyable and they're really fun to watch. But, 1 and 3 kind of have a tiny little things that are probably holding them back. And that's why I think that, Scorch Trials is superior. Alright, so what's holding me back? What's holding Death Cure back? I just think it's a tad bit too long. Cause this is almost an hour 30. No, 2 hours and 30 minutes. Well, it's actually 2 hours and 24 minutes. But there were almost some parts where I just wanted to fall asleep. If they trimmed down maybe, I don't know, if they trimmed out a couple minutes or so, I probably would have had this much higher. It would have been one of the best. I'm not sure on ranking, but maybe this could have been maybe this could have been the second best. But I'll give my ranking at the end of the video. Again, Dylan O'Brien does a fantastic job. He steals every moment he's in, as well as the other cast. Another little issue I have is, why'd you have to kill off Newt? He was one of my favorite characters in the Maze Runner series. I mean, I'm glad the way his death was executed in emotion, but it's just hard seeing your favorite characters go. Let's get to now that I've gotten some of the little issues out of the way, let's get to the big positives. The action scenes are so great. Probably one of the best set pieces in the movie is the first 11 minutes, or the opening prologue, when the gang is they're chasing this train down, and then later on they use one of the aircrafts to carry one of the pieces of freight that are holding some of the prisoners. That was a fantastic moment, and it got me hyped for what was to come. Another great thing that I liked about Death Cure was that we finally get to see a more civilized society with this new city that they discover. It was kind of something we didn't get to see a whole lot in the first two, but I'm glad they showed it here. Those are all the positives I can probably mention, that I can think of. Also, the way the villain dies, that one dude, the way the zombies were attacking him, that reminded me of some classic George Romero from Dawn of the Dead or Day of the Dead. I've not seen those movies, but I do know some information about George Romero's zombie movies, thanks to the Angry Video Game Nerd. So yeah, I think Death Cure was a solid finale. Now let me rank them. So Death Cure is probably going at number 3. It's still good, but it's kind of the weakest of the trilogy. Number 2 is the first one. I think it's a tad bit better than Death Cure, but like it does have a tad bit of slow moments, and it still has a lot of great action. It was a wonderful introduction to the world. And number one, Scorch Trials. Scorch Trials is one of the best sequels I've watched because it does a lot of stuff that a sequel does, like expanding the world. So yeah, the Maze Runner trilogy is a really enjoyable trilogy to watch. Can't wait to see what the fourth film is going to be like.